According to Taste Atlas, Mexican food is the third best cuisine in the world, just behind Greece and Italy, and considered number one when it comes to all of Latin America. What makes this food so good? Mexican food is complex and has been developed over thousands of years. The food is crafted with local ingredients as well as those introduced by the Spanish conquistadors. Traditional Mexican food still has strong roots, but with new fusions from other cultures, the cuisine will continue to evolve. It's no wonder the Mexican food market is expected to grow to $418 billion by 2030. Welcome to Proud Nation Hub. My name is Andrew, and here we explore the stories of every country. Today, let's take a look at 10 delicious food from Mexico. The story of tacos begins in ancient Mesoamerica, long before the Spanish arrived. Indigenous people used corn tortilla to wrap their food, creating the earliest forms of tacos. These early tacos were filled with ingredients like fish, wild game, and beans. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they brought new ingredients like pork, beef, and cheese. This fusion of ingredients from Spanish cuisine gave rise to new taco varieties like tacos de carnitas and tacos de barbacoa. Fast forward to the 20th century and tacos began to spread across Mexico, with each region developing its own unique styles and flavors. From the classic tacos al pastor with the marinated pork and pineapple to the fresh and zesty fish tacos from Baja California, each region in Mexico has its own style. In the north, we have tacos de carne asada featuring grilled beef and fresh toppings. In Yucatan, cochinita pibil tacos are our favorite, made with slow-roasted pork marinated in achiote paste. And let's not forget the famous tacos al pastor from central Mexico, inspired by Lebanese immigrants to Mexico who introduced shawarma to the region. Today, tacos continue to evolve, embracing both traditional and modern influences. From street vendors to high-end restaurants, tacos are a beloved part of Mexican cuisine. But the flavors of tacos are not set in stone, as with the introduction of ingredients from other countries, this will definitely lead to new creations. Tamales are a beloved staple in Mexican cuisine, enjoyed year-round but with an extra emphasis for parties and holidays. Tamales date back to the days of the Aztecs, Mayans, and Olmecs. These early cultures created tamales as a portable and nutritious food that can easily be carried by warriors, hunters, and travelers. They are made from masa, a dough made from nixtamalized corn. The masa is spread onto a corn husk or a banana leaf filled with various ingredients like meats, cheeses, vegetables, and chilies, and then wrapped and steamed to perfection. There are countless regional variations of tamales across Mexico. In Michoacán, you'll find triangular-shaped corundas wrapped in corn leaves and often served with sour cream and cheese. In Oaxaca, tamales are often wrapped in banana leaves and filled with mole, a rich and complex sauce. And in Mexico City, you'll find green tamales, which are filled with pork or chicken and a green chili and tomato sauce. They are enjoyed with café de olla or atole. Tamales are more than just food. They're a symbol of tradition and community. Families often come together to make tamales during special occasions and holidays, a practice known as a tamalada. It's a time for sharing stories, laughter, and of course, delicious food. Whether enjoyed at a festive celebration or as a comforting meal at home, tamales hold a special place in the hearts of many.
Tamales date back to pre-Columbian times. Cornmeal stuffed with a food item and covered in a corn husk before they're steamed. Families would make them and pack them for their Aztec warriors to eat on the way to war. Since then, the family tradition has only grown.
A lot of traditions and memories with our grandparents and aunts and uncles and making them together. And now, unfortunately, a lot of our relatives have passed on that carry that tradition, but we get to keep living it through the tamale factory.
For me growing up, my grandparents or my grandma would always make tamales on Christmas Eve. Her oldest son was born on Christmas Eve, so that was our tradition.
Pozole is a hearty and flavorful soup made with hominy, meat, and a variety of seasonings. But did you know that this beloved dish has nefarious roots? Traditional pozole is made with hominy, which are dried corn kernels that have been treated with an alkali solution in a process called nixtamalization. This process enhances the nutritional value of the corn and gives it a unique texture. The origins can be traced back to the days of the Aztecs, who prepared the dish for special occasions and religious ceremonies. The word pozole comes from the Nahuatl word pozole, which means foamy, and yes, the Aztecs would sometimes make the broth with human flesh. This was then served to royalty and special guests. There are three main types of pozole. Pozole rojo, which is made with red chilies, giving it a rich, deep color. Then there is pozole verde made with green ingredients like tomatillos and green chilies. And then finally there is pozole blanco made with a clear, simple broth. Pozole is often enjoyed during celebrations and holidays such as Mexican Independence Day and Christmas. It's a dish that brings people together, symbolizing community and tradition. Regardless of its nefarious roots, pozole is enjoyed in many Mexican households. Enchiladas are very well known for their flavorful fillings and rich sauces, but where did this tasty dish come from? Civilizations like the Mayans and Aztecs were always seeking ways to create meals that would support their day-to-day activities, and the creation of the tortilla helped them create a variety of dishes, including early enchiladas. They would wrap tortilla around small fish and other ingredients, creating a simple yet satisfying meal. Traditional enchiladas are made using corn tortillas, which are lightly fried and then filled with a variety of ingredients such as meats, cheeses, beans, and vegetables. The filled tortillas are then rolled up and covered with a savory sauce, often made from chilies, tomatoes, and spices. There are many regional variations of enchiladas across Mexico. Enchiladas verdes are made with a tangy green sauce from tomatillos and green chilies. Enchiladas rojas feature a rich red sauce made from dried red chilies. And in some regions, you might find enchiladas suizas, which are topped with a creamy sauce and melted cheese. Enchiladas are often enjoyed during family gatherings and celebrations, bringing people together to share and enjoy of good food and good company. They're a dish that symbolizes tradition, community, and the rich culinary heritage of Mexico. Guacamole is one of the most popular appetizers thanks to its creamy, rich flavor, versatility, health benefits, and ease to make. The Aztecs are credited with creating guacamole, which began while they grew avocados. The word guacamole comes from the Nahuatl word ahuacamole, which translates to avocado sauce. The Aztecs believe avocados had aphrodisiac properties and used them in various dishes. There are many ways to enjoy guacamole. It can be served as a dip with tortilla chips, as a topping for tacos and burritos, or as a side dish with grilled meats and vegetables. Each region and family may have their own unique recipe, adding their personal touch to this classic dish. Guacamole can be enjoyed in a variety of different celebrations and events, but September 16th is Guacamole's special day. This is National Guacamole Day, and is also Mexico's Independence Day. There is no better way to celebrate Mexico than with some delicious guac. From its humble beginnings in Mexico to now a staple in many restaurants and households, guacamole has become a global phenomenon.
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, Troy. You're not going to start this game?
Oh. Did you just sing that you're gonna bench me to the Avocados from Mexico jingle?
Well, they make everything better.
Chilaquiles are a favorite in Mexico, especially during breakfast, and the combination of eggs, fried tortilla chips, and creamy sauce makes this dish a great way to start the day. Chilaquiles are another Mesoamerican original, where corn tortillas were a dietary staple and allowed for versatility of dishes. The word chilaquiles comes from the Nahuatl word chilaquilito, which means chilies and greens. My apologies if I butchered that one, that was a tough one. Traditional chilaquiles are made using corn tortillas that are cut into quarters and lightly fried. The crispy tortillas are then simmered in a red or green salsa until they are slightly softened but still retain some crunch. Different regions of Mexico have their own take. Chilaquiles rojos are made with a red salsa, while chilaquiles verdes use a green sauce made from tomatillos and green chilies. Some versions are topped with ingredients like shredded chicken, cheese, crema, onions, and avocado. Chilaquiles are best enjoyed as a hearty breakfast or as a brunch dish, bringing people together to share in the joy of good food and company. Mexican food is one of the country's strongest symbols of community and tradition, and chilaquiles are no exception. Here's a useful tip. If you ever have leftover chips and don't want to throw them away, consider saving them to create some chilaquiles in the following morning. Thank me later. Carnitas are so good and delicious, and definitely one of my favorites. There is something special about shredded tender meat. The origins of carnitas can be traced back to the state of Michoacan in central Mexico. The word carnitas means little meats in Spanish, and this dish has been a part of Mexican culinary tradition for centuries. Traditional carnitas are made by slow cooking pork in lard until it's tender and juicy on the inside with a crispy exterior. I'm getting hungry just by thinking of that. The pork is typically seasoned with a blend of spices including cumin, oregano, and garlic, and sometimes orange juice is added for a hint of sweetness. Carnitas can be enjoyed in many ways. They are often served with warm tortillas, allowing you to make delicious tacos. Common toppings include onion, cilantro, salsa, and squeeze of lime. Carnitas can also be used in burritos, quesadillas, or even as a topping for nachos. Probably the thing that makes Mexican food so delicious is that it's created to be enjoyed in festive settings. Carnitas are no different. There is nothing better than enjoying carnitas with friends and family. It's a great social dish. Carnitas are great on their own, but next time you make them, consider adding some orange juice. That tangy flavor is pure joy.
It's slow braised, it's shredded, and it's back at Del Taco. Tender, flavorful shredded pork carnitas makes a triumphant return in Del Taco's Carnitas Stuffed Quesadilla Taco, Carnitas Combo Burrito, Carnitas and Guac Epic Torta, and Carnitas Fries.
Huevos Rancheros, which translates to rancher's eggs, are great to have during breakfast. There is nothing better than a nice plate of Huevos Rancheros on weekend mornings. The origins of Huevos Rancheros can be traced back to rural Mexico, where it was traditionally served as a hearty breakfast for farm workers. The dish provided the energy needed for a long day of labor on the ranch. Traditional Huevos Rancheros are made with fried eggs served on lightly fried corn tortillas topped with a flavorful tomato chili sauce. The sauce is typically made with tomatoes, onions, garlic, chilies, and can be customized to your preferred level of spiciness. There are many ways to enjoy Huevos Rancheros. Some variations include adding refried beans, avocado, cheese, or even chorizo. Different regions and families will definitely have their own take. Huevos Rancheros are perfect for Saturday or Sunday mornings with the family. It's just a nice way to start the day and get ready for whatever tasks lay ahead. Whether served at a festive gathering or as a simple breakfast at home, Huevos Rancheros hold a special place in Mexican cuisine. They represent the creativity and diversity of Mexican cooking. Tortas are Mexico's beloved sandwich, which is easily recognizable by the large bread and the colorful meats and veggies. The origins of the torta can be traced back to the influence of European cuisine during the colonial period. The introduction of wheat bread by the Spanish played a significant role in the creation of this iconic sandwich. Traditional tortas are made using a type of bread called bolillo or telera, which are soft, crusty rolls. The bread is sliced open and filled with a variety of ingredients such as meats, cheeses, beans, avocado, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickled jalapenos. There are many regional variations of tortas across Mexico. Some popular types include the torta de milanesa, which features breaded and fried meat, and the torta ahogada, a specialty from Guadalajara that is drenched in a spicy tomato sauce. Each region and vendor may have their own unique take on this classic sandwich. Tortas are often enjoyed as a quick and satisfying meal. They can easily be found in casual restaurants and with street vendors, which makes them a great meal to be enjoyed on the go or during lunchtime. On July 31 in Mexico City, there is a large celebration of tortas called the Feria de la Torta, or Torta Fair. This is a perfect event to be able to try different types of tortas or to see people attempt to make the world's largest torta. Last, but definitely not least, is the burrito. One of the most versatile dishes around, which can be eaten for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even late into the night. There is no limit to the various types of food and ingredients that can be stuffed into a burrito. The burrito is another Mesoamerican original, as indigenous people use corn tortilla to wrap various fillings, creating a portable and convenient meal. This practice laid the foundation for what would eventually become the burrito when flour tortillas were eventually introduced. The term burrito means little donkey in Spanish. It's believed that the name came from the way the burrito is wrapped, resembling the packs that donkeys carried. The modern burrito as we know it began to take shape in northern Mexico, particularly in the state of Chihuahua during the early 20th century. Flour tortillas became the standard and fillings like beans, rice, meat, and cheese were added. As the burrito gained popularity in northern Mexico, it eventually made its way across the border into the United States. In the 1940s and the 1950s, Mexican immigrants brought their culinary traditions with them, and the burrito found a new home especially in California and Texas. It continued to evolve, incorporating new ingredients and flavors. Today, the burrito has become a global sensation, from the classic bean and cheese burrito to gourmet creations filled with everything from grilled vegetables to seafood. The possibilities are endless. In the United States, the Mission-style burrito originating from San Francisco's Mission District is particularly famous for its large size and diverse fillings.
What have you got there?
Burrito.
Is that all?
Got a drink.
Oh, you've got more than that.
Oh, really?
You got Taco Bell's Burrito Supreme. It's packed with seasoned ground beef, real cheddar cheese, Nearly every good thing Taco Bell has.
Is that right?
You know, you should have ordered a regular taco, too.
How come?
It's only 19 cents when you buy a Burrito Supreme and a medium-sized drink.
19 cents.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Where are you going?
I have to get my taco.
Thank you so much for watching. The next video will focus on the incredible inventions and contributions to the world from Mexico. Please like and subscribe to be a part of Proud Nation Hub.